Let we shall start again the third chapter, Sutta number 3. So we study Jnana Bandha, Shiva Sutra. Now we are going to study Sutta number 3, third chapter, Shiva Sutra, the science of enlightenment. It means science of liberations. They say Sutta number 3, Kala Dinam Tattvanam Vivekumaya. Kala Adinam Tattva Anama Avipo Maya. Kaladinam means here Kala, the Kala, the time. Tattvanam, the constitutive principles, non-discriminations. Aviveka. Viveka means discrimination knowledge. Aviveka means absence of conscience, absence of common sense is known as aviveka. The non-discrimination of the tattvas like Kala is called Maya. So whatever you are going to experience through the non-discrimination, it is known as Maya, the illusion, the false knowledge. That knowledge is known as a bandha, the suffering, that known as we call knowledge as per the material world. So jnana bandha, so we must always follow the sutra jnana bandha, which knowledge leads to the suffering. Now second sutra come. So how can I understand what kind of knowledge we have? Again they say kala dinan, kala adinam tattvanam vivekamayaha. Maya is non-discrimination. Maya means illusion, aviveka. Taking as identical those which are considered to be separate. Those who refers to the tattvas, constitutive principles from Kala, which brings about limited doership or efficacy up to the earth, which are arranged in the form of a kanchukas covering up Maya and subtle and gross bodies. In the other words, the real knowledge, the knowledge of soul, the knowledge of Atma, is always we are covered by the physical body, subtle body, and astral body, by the senses, by the Maya. Like we can see the sun when there is a lot of clouds covered by the clouds. Similarly, the soul we can't see, or the light, the wisdom we can see or can experience due to Maya. In other words, Maya is the only an extension of the primary ignorance of reality. In other words, we can understand Maya, the illusion, is the only an extension of the primordial or primal ignorance of reality. The same thing has been said in Tantra Shabdava in another scriptures by the taught by different masters. The consciousness of the empirical individual is reduced to the limited efficacy by Kala, by limited doership, by limited understanding, by limited knowledge. That knowledge, whatever we are experiencing in the social and material life. The object of sense are exhibited to him in attractive light by the vidya, limited knowledge. He is emotionally affected by the raga, desire of a particular things. Raga means attachment. He is endowed with organs of sense perceptions and organ of actions. Thus arise bondage due to Maya. So most of the time due to attachment of her gunas, attachment to the ragas, desire of a particular things, is endowed with organs of sense perceptions and organ of actions. That what I have been explaining you already in the past sutras. Thus arises bondage due to Maya. This bondage is terrible for him. It's called Dharatmakaha. In brief, the gunas, Sattva, Rajas and tamas depend on it Maya, and is also its righteous and evil activities depend on it. Imbued with them, is subject to bondage and remains bound by this. In Spandakarika, in another scriptures in Tantra, also explain the same idea has been expressed in another way in the following verse. These, the particular spandas, always intend on concealing the experiment's real nature, push down people of a unawakened, unenlightened mind into the terrible ocean of worldly existence, which is hard to cross. The hard to cross means hard to free from sufferings. This is the ocean of abundance of life. The second sutra says that limited knowledge is the cause of bondage. The third sutra elaborates the idea contained in the second. Limited knowledge is due to Maya. So, we don't get the right knowledge due to our physical body or the gross senses or subtle body due to gross senses, a subtle senses, or causal body, the causal senses. So whatever your knowledge experienced by the state of the awakening mind, by the dreaming state of the mind, by the deep sleep, all are is called Maya. So due to Maya, we are not really touching the right knowledge or the higher knowledge. So therefore, third sutra elaborates the idea contained in the second. Limited knowledge is due to Maya. The word Maya is used in three senses in this system: Maya Sakti, Maya Tattva, and Maya Granthi. So you have to understand this. Maya Sakti is an aspect of Shiva, Swatantra, absolute freedom. It is his power of manifestation in different ways. Maya Tattva is the constitutive principle which gives rise to limited objective experience. It is the material cause of a prakriti and insentiency. Maya Granthi is the note of a insentiency and sentiency into one is brought about Maya. Due to this, the constitutive elements of the psychophysical organism are taken to be the self, the kala, vidya, raga. The kanchuka sumaya, the puryastaka, the subtle body, and the physical body, which are the prithaka, separate from the self, are considered to be aprithaka, identical with the self. It is the sense of Maya Granthi that the word Maya has been used in these sutras. The knowledge, the jnana brought about by Maya Granthi is the cause of bondage. And Maya Granthi means taking kala, which are not self as self. So here the Sutra 3 explaining about Maya, and Maya are divisible in three. The word Maya is used in three senses in these systems: Maya Sakti, Maya Tattva, and Maya Granthi. So whatever you are experiencing, this say Maya Sakti is an aspect of Shiva Swatantra. This Maya Sakti is the aspect of Shiva, which is shadow part of Shiva. But same time, and this Maya Sakti also brings all kind of happiness, all kind of pleasures, laughing, crying, whatever you do. But if you sometimes cry, also maybe make you happy, no? So whatever you cry, maybe sometimes crying brings you suffering, but sometimes you cry and make happy to others. If somebody die, if you not cry, they say, what a person. He's like a stone. So you cry a little bit, you also make to happy to others. Right? So these are all or whatever you are experiencing the Maya is part of Shiva. So another thing is how to experience the higher tattva so that you supposed to not unhappy. So this is the contest. This is the sutras. How to free from the mayas and how to understand what is Maya. So that you have to be clarified. through the meditation, through the introspections. But that what we have been speaking in past many sutras, but you need to meditate on this. You study now scriptures here and now, okay, nothing belongs to me. But same time something happened, you immediately and feel sufferings. In India, so we have, there is a story always. So one story there, the people see that when people go to cremating place, carry the physical dead body. So today onwards, life is nothing, is useless. Will one day die. So what is the use to accumulate everything? My husband, my wife, my house, my everything, but I'll die anyway. So what is the use of this? So I want to be a monk, renounce. They call smasana vairagya. The vairagya, the dispassion, being present at the cremation. But when you come back to home, again you start your fight. This is my house. Then you shout into your wife, why not make the food? Why not make the cleaning the cloth? But while you are in cremation place with the dead body, and when you're putting the fire, when you're cremating the physical body of the dead body, of your relatives, of your friends, whatever. But that time you want to renounce. And India is very simple. So many people want to be monk, to be Swami. They want to renounce everything and immediately go to ashrams. But when they left, after leaving the cremation place, on the way, they change. And again come to their social, all the problems. So you see, so why you need to study every day? With the masters, because mind don't listen nothing. Like our mind, as I give you example, we think different at the cremation place, but when you leave the cremation place, after that your mind, everything changes, immediately change. So that is like that. So therefore you need to constant study. So next people ask me, Swamiji, why you teach online every day the same? I say not same because person don't understand. You can go to everyday cremation place. I want to be Swami, but never can be Swami and monk and renounce everything like Lord Buddha sitting on a tree. Right? So that you have to be clear. So need to remind again and again and again and again. You need to remind your mind million times, or 1,000 times, or trillion times. Then mind understand, yes, of course, this not belongs to me. Really, I'm suffering. So you need to introspect. So introspections are very, very important. So therefore, you need to study every day with masters. Not one day, not second day, not third day. And so unless you think you know, actually you don't know. If you know, then you have no sufferings. So far you have difficulties in the life, so suffering is still there. So need to keep continuing your study. Keep practicing. That's why Patanjali explained. Satu dirghakala abhyasa naryantaraha. A student asked the master, how long Guruji I have to practice in order to free from my sufferings? Say Satu dirghakalaha naryantaraha abhyasaha. Means you must practice Satu dirghakal. Dirgha means until unless you are free from sufferings. Like you go to cremation place and after leaving cremation place you forget everything. even even you forget it, is it I'm going to die? No, I'll not die. My friends die cremate, but I'll never die. That is your experience. So their mind don't accept. So it is known as absence of conscience. No common sense. No common sense. No morals. Not right knowledge. But when you are cremation place, you think for momentary. But that common sense, but that you think emotionally, passionately, but without any conscience. You want to leave everything. Life is nothing, useless. But that you coming out of your emotions. out of essence, out of attitude, bhavana, out of bhavana. We say, you, so you are emotionally thinking that. No. So that not right decisions, that no right knowledge, that no right common sense. So you have to awaken up right the viveka so that you can really consider death must be sure. And whatever I am suffering is not sufferings, is all belongs to the mind, the senses. I am not suffering. I am free from suffering. That you have to come to conclusion of yourself, so that therefore you can live in the social life, peace and harmony by knowing yourself. So that is very, very important. So therefore this is Sari. Then Sutra number 4 coming. This Sarire Sanharaha Kalanam. Sarire Sanghar Kalanam. That we are going to study the Sutra number 4 in next time, next weekend. Sarire Sanghar Kalanam. Sarire here means Sarira means physical body. How many Sarira? We have 3 Sarira, 3 bodies: physical body, subtle body, astral body, causal body, whatever. But general 3 bodies, a 3 state of the mind: Jagrata, Swapna, and Susupti. Awakening state of the mind, dreaming state of the mind, deep sleep of the mind, gross body, subtle body, then causal body. Sarira Sanghara Kalanam. Sanghara means dissolutions. So whatever appears, whatever you are experiencing by the physical body, by the subtle body, by the astral, by the causal body, you need to dissolve them. Not brings confusions. You must clarify them. But that is the Maya. So that we are going to explain next sections. So thank you for today. And you can have some homework. Right? Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidanandamurtaye Nisprapanchaya Santaya Niralambaya Tejase Sankaram Sankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutravasha Kritam Vande Bhagavanto Punaha Punaha ईश्वर गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेद विभागिने व्यमवद व्याप्त देहाय श्री दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. Please join with me and chant with me Mahamrityunjaya mantra for the world peace. Let our prayers getting out of all the mayas, so people live in peace and harmony as well the love. So please join if you remember mantras. Our prayers for one and all, so for their liberation, final freedoms, and coming out of all sufferings, all kind of sickness. So our prayer goes to all beings and for the world peace. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Brahmarmasyamamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Brahmarmasyamamrita. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhana Brahmarmasyamamrita. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gom Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. So thanks to all of you today. Thanks to Talia, Atmanan, and those who have also here today.